How is it that a state, renowned for its progressive politics, can celebrate its lawmakers for their dedication to labor and unions, while appearing to turn a blind eye to the plight of injured workers? This is the paradox at the heart of Washington state's political landscape. Take State Attorney General Bob Ferguson. He's a man who's been lauded for his tireless advocacy on behalf of unions and injured workers, particularly his work defending the rights of Hanford workers against the federal government. Yet while he's been busy collecting accolades, the state's medical boards have been embroiled in allegations of shielding doctors who harm workers. Isn't it peculiar that an individual who champions workers' rights can simultaneously be part of a system that seems to operate in the opposite direction? But this paradox doesn't end with Ferguson. Venture a little further into the political sphere and you'll encounter former state lawmaker Mike Sells, a man so revered in labor circles that the Washington State Labor Council saw fit to name an award after him. The first recipient, new state lawmaker Mary Fosse. Yet the irony here is hard to ignore. Fosse, a celebrated figure in labor politics, had a restraining order filed against her by an advocate for injured workers. It seems contradictory that a person who is recognized for her work in labor can have such a contentious relationship with those she is supposed to represent. Now, consider the voices that speak for labor in Washington state. U.S. Representative Pramila Jayapal and Seattle socialist Kshama Sawant are two of the most vocal proponents of workers' rights. Yet neither of them have ever labored in the traditional sense. They've never toiled in a factory, worked on a construction site, or been part of a union. It begs the question, how can those who have never experienced the trials and tribulations of manual labor truly represent those who have? This is the paradox that lies at the heart of Washington state's political landscape. It's a place where lawmakers are lauded for their work in labor and unions, yet there are lingering questions about their commitment to the concerns of injured workers. It's a place where those who speak for labor have never labored, and where those who are supposed to protect workers might be part of a system that fails them. It's a paradox that challenges us to question the very nature of representation and advocacy. It begs us to ask, who really speaks for labor in Washington state, and what does it mean to truly represent the interests of workers? It's a paradox that, for now, remains unresolved.